Hey, good to see you. Further evidence of FC Barcelona's steep decline, a chronic state of disarray. The saga of FC Barcelona's strategic missteps and financial mismanagements continues to unfold with alarming regularity, driven a year marked by significant underperformance and failure to meet expectations. The club's leadership has once again engaged in a frenzied effort to inject new talents into the squad during the summer transfer window. But these efforts are repeatedly hampered by an inability to comply with La Liga stringent financial regulations. Rewind to 2021, the sight of new signings donning the Barcelona kits unable to play due to financial constraints was a surprising new low for the club. Fast forward to the present, and it appears that this has regrettably become the standard. The initial shock experienced by players like Sergio Aguero, Emerson Royal and Memphis Depay has turned into an almost expected debacle, as seen with Dani Olmo this year. The introduction of budgetary restrictions by La Liga in 2021 forced the club into making drastic decisions, notably the departure of iconic forward Lionel Messi. This move, driven by financial desperation, was poorly received and marred by negative press, setting a grim tone for the seasons that followed. The subsequent years have not seen an improvement, despite attempts to rejuvenate the squad in a bid to reclaim their former glory. Barcelona finished behind Real Madrid and even secured a lackluster title amidst a humiliating exit from the Champions League group stage. The following year, these sporadic flashes of success did little to mask the underlying issues of persistence, underperformance and strategic confusion. Rather than adhering to a coherent long-term plan, the club's strategy seems to revolve around the continual acquisition of predominantly aging players, contributing to a cycle of volatility and short-term thinking. This pattern of quick player turnover is starkly illustrated by the brief tenures of recent signings Memphis Depay and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang acquisitions. In 2021, both exited after just a single season. Emerson Royal was transferred before the summer window even closed this year. Every player signed on a permanent basis last summer is either no longer with the club or up for transfer. Questions linger particularly over the acquisitions of Oriol Romeu and Victor Roque, whose signings now seem questionable. At best, Ilkay Gundogan's departure epitomizes the club's ongoing dysfunction. Despite being one of the club's standout performers and the key player last season, Gundogan was let go to make financial room for new, albeit uncertain ventures, a decision that underscores the chaotic nature of Barcelona's current operational ethos. The club's once celebrated legacy of strategic brilliance and football excellence has given way to a distressing pattern of haphazard management and Despite being 33 years old, the former capital of Germany was one of the most utilized players last year and the most effective and consistent performer at his club. By February, he had become Europe's top playmaker, the first to create 100 goal-scoring opportunities in the continent's top 5 leagues. With Gundogan on the ball, everything improves, gushed his manager, Xavi, after a standout performance in a 5-0 Champions League victory over Royal Antwerp. He excels in every aspect. Our good play is largely thanks to him. His addition to the team has been a godsend. He's an extraordinary player and a delight to watch. Yet, in a move typical of Barcelona's recent approach, they're letting go of their star player to make room for new, exciting signings, a costly sacrifice but deemed necessary to manage their finances. In a bid to balance their books, the club has allowed Gundogan to move on without even demanding a transfer fee from Manchester City, despite his significant salary of $9.7 million per year. The decision left coach Hansi Flick, who had appointed Gundogan as the captain of the German national team, in a difficult position, though he refrained from openly criticizing the move. He has been incredible for both Barcelona and the national team. We needed his skills, and just last week, everything was different. I can only speak highly of him, Flick noted. Gundogan himself seemed reluctant to leave, expressing mixed feelings in an open letter to the fans. Dear Culers, After only a year, I must say goodbye. I joined for a new and exciting challenge and gave my all for the team in a tough season. While I looked forward to the next campaign, if my departure aids the club financially, it eases my sadness somewhat. Gundogan is returning to Manchester City, the current English champions and arguably Europe's top team, highlighting the caliber of player Barcelona is losing. His departure clears the way for Dani Olmo, a player who is likely questioning what his future holds at Barcelona. Meanwhile, players like Frenkie de Jong and Rafinha, who arrived in Catalonia as potential game changers, have found themselves similarly sidelined and pressured to leave, often through unseemly tactics. Such scenarios have become so routine at Barcelona that they barely make headlines anymore. In essence, Barcelona has become a vortex where talent is squandered, leaving many to navigate careers that are either severely hampered or completely derailed. Follow, like and share.